All right, welcome back, everyone. It's raining here in California, so I figured out why not fire up the stream. Also, for you Swifties out there, a new album has been announced for April 19th, so that's exciting news. She announced it just now at the Grammys. What else is going on? Oh, a cool new deck that I saw by Killaby Benedict. This won the challenge today, so congratulations to Benedict. I think this is a pretty neat deck. I think it uses the old shell that he has done really well with in the past, and now has incorporated Force of Will for protection. So another layer of innovation to a pretty sweet deck already. There's some news in the future, but I won't discuss it now. But maybe in a few weeks, some developing news on that front. All right. Enough with that. So this won the challenge today for those curious. Okay. The state of our deck at the moment. I think I've had, for me personally at least, 59 of the 60 kind of quote unquote solved for a while now. For those curious, it's kind of looked like this pretty much before Eternal Weekend. Cass Lynn played 74 by 75 to a top four finish at North America EW, and I think the shell is still very good. Compared to that list, there's only two cards that are off right now. I'm testing Echoing Deeps tonight as the last card in the main deck. In her list, it was the Bowmasters, which I played before. I just don't think that card is needed in our deck anymore. If there are a lot of X1s in your metagame, then I think there's merit for it. Like, it's a nice value to the target. You can snipe DRCs and Delvers. There's that. But I really don't think you need it in an open metagame and opening yourself up to more non-basic hate. Another thing, the other difference was instead of a God Teague, I'm running the one Leyline of Sanctity. This can barely be anything. I just haven't figured out what I want that slot yet. And in theory, it helps against like these storm decks or these like dark ritual scam you decks, where opposition agent can come down turn one and you have to try to race without any of your tutors. I do like that it can prevent your hand getting griefed or thoughtseize, so that helps in the racing situation. It hasn't been great for me personally, but the sample size has been small. It won a game against Storm a couple of days ago, but just I don't know what I want this slot yet, so we'll see. I cut the crop rotation and the Caracas package for a little bit, just because I didn't respect depths. The only thing is Godot Teague is now becoming more and more popular in Death and Taxes, and while I think the matchup is not too bad, you don't want to awkwardly lose to a Godot Teague with all your natural orders and Green Suns in hand. So I do think the first Caracas and the crop rotation add a lot of utility, especially since if they waste you, you have the Echoing Deeps to buy back the Caracas. So that is pretty neat. Without further ado, I guess I'll just jump into a league. I don't want to. I can discuss any questions anybody may have, but that's more or less where the state of our deck is at the moment. Kenny Bros 7. I'm not familiar with this user, so I do not know what they may or may not be on. Pretty generic keep. Fortunately, here this is what I mean, right? We drew the one card that requires Beyond Green Mana in our deck. Now we have to awkwardly fetch Bayou game one. Uh, part of the reason why I didn't feel Bowmasters like was good enough anymore in our list was besides not being needed. Like if it was in Mountain Green, maybe, but like I just didn't want to open myself up to a Wasteland and Blood Moon Game One, unless it was absolutely necessary, which I think the first Gris is. The other thing is, looks like Doomsday maybe. No, Reanimator. Okay. Well, on the bright side, these games are pretty quick, win or lose. So we're probably just dead here, to be honest. I'm trying to think like how do we get out of this, and I don't think we do, personally. Sure. You can see another Dark Ritual maybe. If I'm them, maybe draw another 7, right? Sure. Well, we know they're on Grixis colors now. And this probably just seals the deal. They put an Archon into play. Don't want to waste anybody's time. Alright, it's over. Hey, how's it going? How is it going? I think Eternal Magic here is Gui Bonilla, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully I'm right. I apologize if I'm wrong. Oh, okay, I got it mixed up. I knew it was one of the trophy leaders. Hey, how's it going, Fausto Salza? I got it mixed up. Ah, gotcha. Okay, so, yeah, I figured 50% chance. I just didn't remember off the top of my head. I knew it was one or the other. Uh, once upon a time, the trophy race was something I was involved in. Not so much in, anymore, but uh, those were the glory days, I guess. All right. This is like pretty straightforward. I think like you just take out the stuff that don't have text and you board in the stuff that does have text. I mean, easier said than done, I guess. But I don't think we want the Atraxa because we don't want to get it reanimated. We leave the Hoof in. I've had these weird board states where sometimes my opponent will go for like a Voidwalker, like fair game plan, and while it usually works in our favor, I lost one time because I just couldn't go over the top, and I do not want that to happen. And not like any of these other cards are like relevant. So that is the logic for keeping at least one Hoof and X amount of natural order in. Obviously, Snuff Out no text in this matchup. Shepherd no text. Atraxa liability. Invigorate like only if things get weird. Force of Vigor like you could hit an animate dead, but I think that's like kind of loose personally, kind of narrow, and they probably will play around it if they can. All right, this is pretty reasonable. I'm gonna keep. The interesting thing here is I want to get a Reclaimer for a turn 2 lock, and I usually like. Normally, I don't like keeping hands where there's like no turn 1 play, but I think the hand is good enough that we can do that. Like very rarely will I keep a hand where that does nothing turn 1, but I think this hand dictates it. They probably take the Green Sun, I'd imagine. Interesting. I got another one. They pitch a Dismember, which I think I'm happy to see, to be honest. Uh, sure. They probably take another Endurance, maybe? Somewhat relieved here that, So the thing is, like, if I don't do it, they just take whatever card. So I think we do it now. Um, yeah, I maybe should not fetch the. Oh, that's pretty good. It's awkward that I can't cast my thing. I think we just do this. Even if they know our head, that's fine. We might need the greens on a ramp later. In general, I like this matchup. You can lose it. It's like a little bit fluky because sometimes it's a little bit fluky because um, what was I gonna say? It's a little bit fluky because like sometimes you will have the hate game one and win and steal game one, or sometimes they're on reanimate and you don't know to mull for it. So like game one is like super random in terms of that. Uh, why would I cast Gris or Mario? For what's worth, I have the Echoing Deeps in my hands. I mean, in my deck, so I wanted to keep Reclaimer up. I'm gonna cast Gris now because I feel like Gris can lose to some Griselbrand hands. Is the logic? Uh, all right, we'll just pass here. Also, I wanted to just like we have them in a soft lock. We lose to Show and Tell, but I think I want to keep Reclaimer up. This is like one neat interaction about. I'm just ramping here. So the line now is I'll probably just get a lair, just like, greatly increase my clock. Especially since the hierarch represents black mana already, in case I draw Thoughtseize. Sure. So they may or may not know that we've exhausted the bog here. That we actually have shields up still. They may or may not know. We'll see. It's pretty clutch. So, already getting the value there, right? Yeah, Lair would have been a one-shot kill. Like, I think they have to. They have no choice really. It's a forced play. Like they just hope I don't have some shenanigans, so to speak, right? The Bog locks it up there. All right. The gig is up now, so or the jig is up now, so we'll see if we can win game three. The game three is the hardest game if we didn't accidentally steal game one because of natural endurance, or if we just somehow like lead with Reclaimer game one. I know, right? We're just becoming more and more like Cloud Post. Also, I apologize if I sound like my voice is all jacked up. It's because it is. I'm a little bit under the weather with a cold. Here, oh, this is a mulligan. The trick is Bog was already in the graveyard, so I just like brought it back, right? Here is interesting. I don't know if I want the Caracas, to be honest. Like, I feel like I keep it because of the C's, but that's about it. And I think the Artisan is on the bottom. I think we just have to hit. We have to hit line drops. If we lose, we lose. Like this matchup is very coin flippy. Sure, that's probably the right take. Um, I think the line here is pray. That they don't have it. Thank goodness. All right, they don't. Huh. So this is where the planning ahead comes into matter. I think I want the Thoughtseize at some point, maybe in the next turn. So I'm gonna pitch the Caracas away and hold a Reclaimer. Now, if they snuff out our Reclaimer, like what are we gonna do, right? All right, that's a force play. The good thing is now we get a seize. That's a very good draw as well. Two reanimation spells, Thoughtseize, and then the show and tell. There's pretty far away from show and tell. Are we gonna? They're two lands away at least from show and tell, and a creature. I feel like if somehow they can just chew through our interaction, there's no point of taking the thought. Taking the C's. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Like I'm trying to think how we lose this game now. Obviously, if they seize us, they take their endurance, and then they can still have like two ways to pitch or whatever. Maybe we just take the thought seize because we don't. We're gonna dare them to beat us with endurance, but I don't love using those words. Dare somebody to beat me. So, at this point, we have the first reanimation spell covered, but not the second. So I think it's actually the seize. Because I don't think the show and tell is like very far away still. I don't this deck I don't trust that they can do it. Maybe I'm playing with fire, but I don't believe that they can beat us. I think we want to just ramp. I know, right? Just ramp, ramp, ramp. The nice thing is, if they go for it here, I think we're just gonna endurance. And then just develop, and then add more power to the board. I'm gonna call it bluff. I don't think they can do it all at the same time. There's a lot of power now. Okay. I think we beat a show and tell now, based on this. I think the game's probably over. We have one layer of protection and lethal next turn. I didn't get Grist there because Artists can get Grist if need be. And I want to have lethal the following turn. I'm like trying to plan ahead. I know, like the audacity to plan ahead, right? Should, such things should not be allowed. Yeah, like I said, I think the hoof in the deck is like important. Usually this is enough, but like I don't want to get this weird scenario where like I can't have lethal on board, and then they can suddenly race. All right, they're just full on dead. All right, pretty easy. Pretty easy. I think the only interesting question in that match was uh, Romario mentioned it, like why not get the Grist there? I felt like I just wanted to lock them with. I felt like I wanted to lock my opponent there with Reclaimer, and I felt like there's like an out where they can race Grist if they like Griselbrand draw a bunch and then like put like Archon or something into play, and then suddenly I'm on the back foot, right? Or just hey Geo, dude, Jared. I think the other interesting thing was like, uh, I'm trying to. Oh, the decision we had a Green Sun just now. I just got a. I didn't click yes. Like I didn't get a Grist. I just got a Fiend Artisan because I had all the mana in the world already. Like if I need to get a Grist to kill I don't know an Archon or a Griselbrand, then I can do it next turn. But I wanted to essentially shorten the game and put on my opponent on a 1 turn clock while playing around hand disruption, right? Like I didn't want any cards in hand that they can just like rip apart. So Echoing Deep's pretty good there. We like, granted, we play against Reanimator, so like I would hope it's good. Like, it was good in like second game. Uh, so we have like three situational kind of cards. Wait, was this who we just played against? No, it wasn't. I typically don't like keeping this hand in hand, but like, why not? We'll try. Maybe one of these three will be like relevant. If not, then we're in trouble. But it is what it is. Invigorate is essentially a 0 mana counter spell to a lot of removal spells that can be a combat trick against these Stompy decks. So it's a 0 mana counter spell for Lightning Bolt, Dismember, Orcus Bowmasters. What am I missing? Witherbloom Command. So those are the main ones that CRC Legacy play right now. It actually lines up really well against Dismember on Collector Oof. Sure. Uh, Broadside, Pyrokinesis, any red base removal, it's like insane against. I've like blown out Fire Ice because of it, things like that. You can like do that. You can counter a Broadside activation. It's also good against the like Initiative or the Moon Stompy type decks, and in the sense that like they're generally combat based and they don't have much that can punish you outside of Solitude, and even then it's a 2 for 2. I think they're on Reanimator. So, if I had known this, which I did not, I probably would have led with a Reclaimer, but, say la vie, right? If I had known, like I said, I'm. Oh, never mind. Maybe they're an Ancient Tomb deck. Um, yeah. Ooh, that's awkward. That is awkward indeed. The good thing is we have the Echoing Depths, right? In our, I think we bash here. I feel like they're trying to get us. Like, there's so many people trying to just like get me with Opposition Agent all the time. It's just like, yeah. So HC Fox sees it, right? Oh, maybe they're gonna Bowmasters me. Oh, no. Ooh, this is even better. I get this free value here, right? Sure. They should have killed my Hire. I don't know what the heck they're doing. Sure. I don't think I care. All right, I'm gonna do that, and then main phase Bog now. I mean, main phase activate for Cradle to play around the Opposition Agent. Grief me probably. Yeah, that's fine. Don't think I care. They probably. I don't even know what they take. Maybe probably the hoof. I would guess. The oof doesn't do anything here. I can main phase the Lair of the Hydra here. Maybe I do that. And just like stalk that clock. Sure. F6. As Romario once told me, everything's in God's hands now. What the heck is going on? I think they're gonna Bowmaster my Shepherd here. Or they should. It's a little bit annoying if they do. Although if they do, then that opens up to sure. Wow. Okay. Oh, we're short. Actually, maybe not. Yeah, ideally I have one more mana. So we can make this a 3/3. I don't know if I want it to die in combat though. Is the only thing. I think we do it now and see what they do. Everybody in, I think. I mean, they have a 3/3 passage here, right? Like, what if they have bowmasters? I guess they would have done it in response, but like, I tend to play extra cautious. I assume people make mistakes too. I don't know. It might have been just wrong not to attack with oof too. Also, they could just block with a passage here, like there, right? Like I just lost my oof for no reason. Sure. I'm willing to believe I made the right play there. We're gonna run everything in now. Dark Ritual probably. Maybe a Fatal Push on the Shepherd. Sure. So they have to double block. If they block the Collector Oof, then they gain 3, and suddenly I can't win. Right? If they go Artisan on the Reclaimer, they take 5, but then they gain 3 back. They're gonna attack or block here. Okay, interesting. Ugh, playing around opposition agent has potentially cost me this game. They probably have it, but I don't think we have a choice. I mean, if they have it, they have it. Yeah. So they could chump block here. Chump, yeah, I mean, we're dead anyways. I guess we just concede here, right? I don't, man, feels pretty bad. We like played around the agent, but just like then they had the seer that we couldn't deal with. I don't think it was free. Like, how was it free? Because they never blocked with the seer. Like they could have easily killed our oof, and they would have even a better attack. The lifelink is what did us in with the seer, to be honest. We could beat one, but not this as well, unfortunately. The good thing is we have a ton of dead cards that we can board out. I'm not sure there was much we could have done there. I thought like it was telegraphed that they had the opposition agent, and then they killed the thing in combat, which is like kind of awkward. Like maybe we're supposed to hold back. I don't know, but like it doesn't feel right that we hold back the fiend artisan there. We didn't even block. I think. All right. How do we board against this deck? We have like a million dead cards, so that is the bright side. I just took out like 7, 8 cards right now. I think we want the Seas, the Leyline of Sanctity, probably the Karakas. They could have Shieldred. It's just another land too. I don't want another more fetch effects. The Invigorate's like insane in this matchup. I think that's it. The Invigorate means they can't attack profitably, like or risk losing the game. I know, right? Who are those discard people? The best of the one of. I want to play one Leyline Sanctity, one Leyline Void. Like, good luck trying to hedge against that. Ding, 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 ding. Right on time. We'll slow roll this keep, right? Pretend like we don't have anything. What I love too is like you have the one off ley line and then they board in disenchants game 2 or game 3. That's like the ultimate dream. And you just like mess with their hand. I think we just get that just in case it matters. Gris, hello. We're gonna have turn 2 Gris. This is pretty neat. I know, right? I forgot the card. Oh shoot! I think they're gonna do the thing. The opposition agent here. What do we do here? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? So, turn 1 do nothing means they either have Thoughtseize as stranded or they have Dark Ritual or they're just trying to get us. Regardless, I'm gonna play it safe and not fetch. There's no need to. I really want to see game 3 when they board in disenchant. Oh, actually, they don't even have anything against us, right? Feed the Swarm is the card I'm thinking of. Shielders. Oh my god, I guess they have that. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, what do we do now? I don't think we preemptively fetch. That's not bad. I think we fetch now and maybe just bog our opponent. So that we have an untapped land next turn. It's an obvious, probably either agent or bowmasters here. Is there anything like yard that we want? Probably not at this time. I'm gonna bash and see what they do. Play the Caracas and pass. Just hold up mana. Looks like it's an agent. Or that. I think here... we're gonna save it. So we have mana. I don't want them playing like Plague Engineer or something. I don't think we care. They want to attack and attack. This doesn't matter. Seize. Love seeing that. Probably an agent. You just assume that they have it. Nice Thoughtseizes, eh? What is this? I don't know what this does. Do we want our opponent to start this this initiative war? Yeah, I think we just take the initiative here, the creature, because Like then they have like chump blocks and like random nonsense. I don't know why they didn't slam it, but I guess they didn't want to leave themselves vulnerable, right? I know, right? Sure. Nice. We can kill this right now. Actually, let me do it correctly. I know, right? They're probably gonna leave it again because they don't want to die, but that's okay. We have not. I want to play this first, and then they didn't main phase it, so I can activate now in response. It's like very dangerous for like we need to just draw one endurance, and I think we like get pretty far ahead. It won us against Reanimator. They played opposition. I'm just gonna fetch in response. Thin our deck. I think maybe we. I don't know. It's hard to say because uh, if once your opponent starts attacking you on man, I kind of wanted to save as a combat trip, but like, how likely are you gonna fall for the same thing twice? I love their hand right now. I love their hand. Three blanks. Maybe a grief hardcast. They know about the Caracas, so they're not gonna play a shielder, presumably. Sure. I know, right? Look at this value Leyline of Sanctity. Continue to bash, I think. I know. All right, we got a faster clock now. Thank goodness. Alright, two blanks in their hand. They can't really attack. We're gonna start bashing for like a million. Sure. Ooh, they have Chrome Mox. That's not what I expected. It has hurt me before, Sadra. It has hurt. In the limited test, it has already hurt me. Yeah, but this is like a super corner case. Like you don't expect this to happen. Sure. So, question here is what do we do? I can continue to bash. If they double block us, that's kind of bad, right? Like, they trade one for one. I feel like we just like we don't. I don't think we give them the option. No, it's gonna shrink our reclaimer. I don't think we want to do that. It's also we can't shuffle, right? That's pretty good. Probably just hold endurance again. Feed artisan just a 3/3 at this point. Just bash, I guess. Their two mana is now like kind of sketch. Sure, these terrible griefs. I don't think we want to. Like, there's no rush, I think. Yeah, it might be time to send the boys. I agree. So, can what do we do here? We attack all. They have to block. Well, they block one, and they lose. You know, math is for blockers. Are we just supposed to just send the team here? Math is for blockers. Okay, I don't want to throw this game away just like randomly, just because I like made a suboptimal play. They have to at least block two, and then they can block one, and they take four maybe. Okay, whatever. YOLO, including the hierarch. YOLO. Okay, let's. No, I actually think the correct play is all of them, and the reason I'll tell you why. It's besides the hierarch, obviously. I think the reason being is because we have the echoing deeps in our hand. We get the arbor back. That's the reason. All right. We got through the nonsense opposition agent there. We gotta win one of the draw though. That's gonna be harder. Ew. little more sketch. A little more sketch. I think this is a keep. I know. I just did it for the. I did it for the stream here, right? Like, ew. I think we have to find a land here. That's annoying. This is Deeps is also an emergency colorless land here. I think we lose if we don't. Uh-oh. Sure. I think we lose there if we don't. Yeah, Deeps is a swamp. That's like relevant. If we don't, Once Upon a Time there. They probably take the Hierarch, I'd imagine, or maybe the Green Sun. I don't know. If they take the Hierarch, so if they take anything besides these two, it like telegraphs maybe opposition agent down the road. I don't know. The Leyline Sanctity was quite good. Quite good. Alright, we have access to black, so we just fetch safely here. There's a decent chance they just like Bowmasters their thing, in which we're gonna invigorate in response. So they're like really down on cards here now. Hardcast Grief, maybe? Ugh, I do not want to see that. The good thing though is all right. Decisions. What do we do here? We could play everything out, but I want to at least. Okay, they either block and it's unprofitable for them, or I get the initiative, which is pretty good too. So it's a removal spell. That's okay. I'm willing to live with that. Willing to live with that. Agent maybe? Main phase? Hmm. Interesting. They have to block here. Or not. Sure. Sure. I feel like I'm gonna get trying. Like people are trying to get me with agent all the time. I feel like that's. Oh. Oh my god. All right, I missed a once here. Oh my god. Well, nothing. Well, maybe it didn't matter. Maybe it didn't matter. I could get a Gris. The problem is the grief. Huh. I think endurance is the hero when you agreed. Lost Ford, I believe. Bottom, bottom. Hmm. I'm not sure. Sure. It would have been two dead draws. Like I think that's bad, right? Like, what if they have a removal spell? That's a problem. They do that. That changes things. Sure. So one thing that I potentially was punished is I can't get the arbor back with the echoing. 3, 4, 5, 6. Could have had a 6/6. I think so too. I'm just trying to think how to do that. Like, how do we get out of this? Oh, that grows the thing. That's kind of neat. I think I would have been short Atraxa anyways, but actually I can't even do that because I just realized I boarded it out. Maybe I screwed up. I don't know. Like I definitely should have once. I like clicked through that, but you know, it is what it is. They don't block here. They go to pretty low. They can't kill us. The deep stare was kind of cool, right? Getting the arbor back and then pitching it again. I don't know. I don't. I rarely go trap for what it's worth. Maybe I'm just wrong. Arena or stash? I don't think arena does anything at this moment. So I don't think stash does anything at this moment. So I'm just gonna arena force. Did they draw what they needed? They, maybe I was supposed to put the grief. Maybe that's a mistake. Well, adventure I think had life link, right? Raven Loft. That's what the card is. Never mind. It's just initiative. Opposition agent. Nope. What else do they have? Plague engineer. That's not gonna do it. None of these do it. I think we got it. Wow, that was very close. Maybe they boarded out the agents. That would have been funny. Is that GG? What is the lifelink like creature that they had? Maybe I got the wrong one confused. Actually, oh, I realized they can. My opponent just punted. I think. I could be wrong. Wait, what? When did they get that? Oh, that must have been the drawn turn card for the turn. Okay, I guess I just lost then. I'm confused. This is horrible. Felt like I should have won. Maybe I misplayed. I'm gonna use the rest real quick. Passageway Seer. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. It really felt like I misplayed there. Let's take a look. It's long. 22 minutes. I think this is a keep. They thought sees me. It's correct to once. Let's. They do that. Sure. We ramp. I think that's correct. They do that. Sure. I guess here's the first thing. Like, do we attack or not? We kill the seer. Nothing I can see that would have changed anything. The only line that I can think of is maybe we're supposed to get the grief off the board, but I don't even know if I want that either, right? Like instead of the initiative creature that we killed. That's the only thing that's different. Like we attack to get the initiative there, but we know they're gonna get it back. Maybe that's not the right play. Maybe we're supposed to just play to the board, put the reclaimer and the artisan into play, see if they tap out, and if they don't, we activate reclaimer. Maybe that changes the thing. It's hard to say. Yeah, I guess we. That's the only thing maybe that we do differently because they have menace, and maybe that just means that we don't attack anyways. We can be an opposition agent. The problem is we cannot beat it under pressure. Like, not like otherwise we have to walk into it. I just really don't believe that was gonna like we other our draws would have been blanks. But I don't know. Maybe I'm bad at playing these stomping style initiative, protect the queen strategies. Because I really don't think that's the answer. But I mean, what do I know? Like my experience against initiative in the past is I've had better results ever since started taking the right side of the dungeon. Ugh. Okay, we kept the wrong hand. Argument to be made, we should have just mulled this, but didn't really feel like mulling. I think there are probably some kind of affinity with like Mirror Enforcer type cards. Mana Dork, please. Not a Mana Dork. We still have a turn 3 Artisan, for what it's worth. Our clock doesn't actually change. What is the likelihood that they have Force in their artifact deck with colored Beanstalk? I would imagine pretty low, but maybe not. Oh, nice, that's actually really good. They did Moto 4. Maybe we're just giving a buy. Who the heck knows? Would expect Ballista. Yeah, Ballista's reasonable. If they Ballista and kill Artisan here, I think that's fine. If they have, on the off chance they have Force, this is a must Force. Right? Because, yeah. Because I'm going to go underneath their counter magic otherwise. That's cute. What are the odds I can fade Force plus another blue? What are the odds? I don't think I can wait another turn. Let's just lock the game up now. Yep. That might just be game. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't. There's nothing our opponent could have done. Like the Fiend is a must Force. Otherwise, I'm just getting oof anyways. All right. Endurance trash in this matchup. Bog trash in this matchup. Echoing Deep's probably trash in this matchup. What are we getting? They probably have Cannoneer. I think obviously the Force Vigors are good. They probably have Dismember for, so I'm gonna bring in the Invigorate. But after that, then it gets a little murky. Karak. I don't think this is a real deck. I don't even know what they're building. I think we want the crop just for potentially speed. Do we want this snuff out? Like, what could they possibly have that's green? I don't even know. So, like, I feel like we go with the safe cards that we don't know what they're playing. I don't want to border removal, like, and just have it be dead. What's reverse? I don't even know what a reverse engineer does. I actually thought you were saying to reverse engineer something. What is reverse engineer? Interesting. It just doesn't look like a legacy playable card to me. That's like fringe playable, right? Also, with this mana base green, it seems rough. Looks like beans. Sure. All trash. I actually think we want all these cards on the bottom. Actually, we just grow our reclaimer. That's okay. I don't think they'll waste us. I mean, we get wasted here. It's on me. Maybe they force us. I don't know. I'm hoping they don't because we have the Shepherd in hand. I don't even think we minded that much if they force here. Yeah, I think unless it's just green, it just I don't know. It seems greedy, right? Like you're gonna be cut off man things anyways, so might as well just like accept losing a wasteland. Like given how color intensive, at least from the opposing side, it looks. What is going on? Sure, retrofit or foundry. Tap out, please. That'll make me feel a lot better. The layer's probably not gonna be relevant. What is going on? Caught rot. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I know, right? All right, that's not non-games. All right, two more. Get some water. realized I didn't queue up. My fault. I just saw a flashback photo right now. Uh, sort of. I mean, they can beat us, obviously. Like, especially the graveyard. Like, I don't know I'm supposed to move for endurance game one. Like, sometimes I just don't have it. They have it, right? I would still put myself unfavored game one against graveyard decks only because there's no way for me to know I'm supposed to mull for it. On the other hand, the artifact ruse, that is the mess for them because the odds are I'm gonna have my one of Dork in my hand, and there's already like 40% chance I'm gonna have Greenstone. So like that is pretty bad, I think. Um, there is one card that I thought was like pretty cool. I don't think we can play it though. It's the tutor, the green one. That collect the pollen or whatever. Analyze the pollen. I think is like pretty cool in the scam builds. I think our deck probably not. We would have to seriously retool the deck to get it to work, and I don't think it's worth it. I think it's actually in some builds better than Traverse the Ulvenwald, only because Street Reef is like five of it already, right? Or like these grief decks, you like don't even need blue for force, and Troll is six, so that gets you there, I think. I think it's easier to facilitate than Traverse. I don't know which one. Reclaimer probably. What are we playing against? Maybe Green White Depths. I think here I'm gonna lead with the redundant card. Yeah, it looks like it's Green White Depths. Um, Probably dog game one. We have a lot of bad cards. Looks like they are potentially playing around, opposition agent. They must have the depths in their. Oh my god, what the hell? That's annoying. That was quite the turn. My guess is there's gonna be a Merit Lage right now, and we're just SOL, right? Yeah. See, they're gonna main phase it, play around, whatever, Boseiju and whatnot. As any. What is going on? Why not just get Merit Lage now? I don't like that. Doesn't make any sense. Unless they think I'm gonna like kill them or something. How many Cradles are you running in the list? Four. Why would you not run four Cradles in a dedicated Cradle list? That's annoying, but seems suboptimal to me. But I could be wrong. Like it sort of felt like our opponent should just like set up a turn kill earlier. But maybe I'm wrong. Well, then again, actually, no, I take that back because they had to pass the turn, right? No, actually, no, they had enough mana. What the heck? Unfortunate. Why do they have Tundra? It must be like permission or something. I think we get the ramp and just like pray. Actually, that's not true because the reclaimer can just yeah. That's we're probably just SLL. That's true. I think this card is a. I'm not a fan. It's like good if you're ahead kind of card in my opinion. Like if you're behind, it like does nothing. But some people like win more cards or situationally good cards. Sure, sure. We're probably dead, but what can you do? It also hurts. Our opponent like knows exactly what we're on, which I hate. Why all the 5-0s get published now? It's like super annoying. If for some reason they don't have the Sajiri step in their list, then we get another turn. But they should have it. They should have it, but I mean, it's it's just a few extra seconds. All right, now we're dead. That's true. No, I'm talking about like me specifically, like how they post the exact your exact 75. Now it's like super annoying. Let's see. I guess we can leave one endurance like to block. Um, this is bad. Put in the Caracas and the crop rotation. Sure, maybe for you. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I didn't leave with a snuff out there because I don't want like randomly our opponent. We could get punished. We'll see. That would be the punish, I guess. We'll get the artisan here. Oh, don't tell me they're gonna fluster it. Jeez, alright. Interesting. That's okay. They didn't develop their turn. They waste me here. I don't think I care. Our hand is flooded. We unfortunately drew this, but you know that's part of the cost of dealing with a higher door count. I think in grand scheme of things, you're ahead in terms of saving green zones. All right, what nonsense is going on here? 2 mana, do nothing. I think we better do that just in case they have like a containment freeze. Like people do strange things. We are now flooded, unfortunately. It was like a few weeks ago, I think. Oh, look who the cat dragged in. Sure. We could just like save life here, I guess, in case it matters. I drew another card I did not want to draw. Maybe we should be playing Thoughtseize. I don't think there's a reason to play the forest here, but maybe I'm wrong. We're close. There's that much, right? Sure, why not? And endurance, probably. Sure. No, card with no text against us. The funny thing is, a Karakas top deck is like relevant for the wrong side, though. Although, if they want to bounce our tracks, I don't think we care. It does, but it also finds lethal. It's probably gonna get swords, I'd have to imagine. Crop rot, maybe? Okay, sure. That's cute. That is cute. Sure. Ugh. If only we drew better. For those of you who are on high on Boseiju, right? Like, this is what I mean. If your opponent's any good, they're gonna do it main phase. So the nice thing here is the nice thing here. I can take one attack. I don't have lethal, but I can get a. I can get a reclaimer. The problem, or I can just like spin the wheel with the Atraxa. That's like kind of dangerous too. They're gonna attack me, which is awkward. So I think I'm gonna get a reclaimer. If I pump here, what am I doing here? I'm debating what to do here. God dang it. Oh my god, okay. I did not see that coming. So it didn't matter. Grist and secured, like, maybe I'm miss. Grist and tick down? Well, then we're not winning the game. I'm trying to, like, unless I'm missing something. It doesn't widen the board, though, like. Unless I'm missing something. What would Grist have done there? You plus, I'm assuming, right? Like, and then you can't, unless you minus, like, we're not going to beat this. And our one endurance was already locked. Like, what am I missing here? Like, how are we beating this with Grist? The only way you beat it is you tick down. And then if we tick down, we don't have an extra creature here. So that's what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we don't. It's not lethal though. Like, what am I? Okay. It's gonna be. Okay, it chumps block presumably, right? If you take down, that's even worse, right? Like, we don't have a creature here, and we lose a creature here, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not lethal. Like, we're losing to that hand anyways. I got a reclaimer so I can block. All right, we lost to depth, unfortunately. Our configuration is not great against depths. Uh, Mulligan. Sure. Ugh, this is like pretty awful. Mm, sure. Why not? Nice. Never didn't have it. I think we better do it like that. I know, right? A bunch of useless things. I guess the ignoble. I think we're probably blocking. I think that thing helps them more than it helps us. Ooh, okay. That's awkward. What are we killing here? They sack the Fable. Maybe I think that's still worth it. Like we're gonna die to the Fable pretty soon. Wow. Okay, interesting. What they should have done was sack the token, kill the hierarch, so we can't block. They, like messed that up, and now they are probably punished. What could they possibly have here? What could they possibly have here? So if we swing with all, that's not lethal, unfortunately. But for all intents and purposes, it probably is. Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah. It's not lethal, but I just let's play it safe. All right. That was easy enough. We can board out the hoof. I don't think. I think attract. They can't beat Atraxa. We're gonna dare them to beat Atraxa. And what did I board before? One Shepherd out in case they, for some reason, leave in Chalice against us. I don't think they will, but we don't have anything better, anyways. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people like that. Um, I think we just keep. They, we got lucky to be honest. The once upon a time saw the basic force. Otherwise, we're probably not playing Magic. I guess they kept it in. Okay. Interesting. I don't think it's good, but like, might be good here. Sure. I think we're just gonna fetch. Mm, yeah, in case they play another Blood Moon. We did keep one Shepherd in for situations like this. We don't expect to draw all one drops, but uh, if they want to play a Chalice and not pressure us, I think we're probably favored in the long run, anyways. We do have Force of Vigor too, for what it's worth. Sure. So close. You can hard cast Force of Vigor, which is funny. So that's a start. The best green card in the format. Are you talking about Guy's Cradle? Oof, alright. I think we pump right now. Uh, Probably not in case we draw Natural Order. Right? That's like a live out right now. God. Alright, we're losing this Chalice for some reason. We're gonna take 8 here. Pass. Sure. Natural Order. That has text. The problem is we have to keep the Shepherd alive, I think. I think we have to chunk with a Collector Oof. Like, whatever we play right now, I think we want to at some point kill the Fury. Otherwise, we're just like trading forever. Actually, that's not true. If we play the Reclaimer, we could eventually trade with the Fury. Granted, like, we have to get a little bit lucky and they have to, like, miss on stuff, but. I think that this is like a winning line, though, because if we take the Noble line, then we can cast a thing. We sack a creature, and then we play another creature. Like we have to like how are we gonna? What defenses are we gonna have? Yeah, I think this is the winning line. We lose to a sneeze now, but you know. Oh my god. All right. Now we're dead. Now we're dead. Jesus. Oh well. I mean, we're probably dead regardless. All right. Interesting. They kept Bloodmoon and Chalice. I think Gris is like fine. What do we not want to see in that game? Maybe a Hierarch. And bring in the other Shepherd because we know they kept their Chalice. Gris, I feel like we want for inevitability and just like as a removal spell. Maybe it's too slow. Yeah, maybe it's too slow. Let's try without. This is what I like to see. Turn 3 natural order protected by Invigorate. Get the land, play it safe. Is there any reason to lead with the... Probably not. So they moon us here, only we care. They chalice here, only we care. That, I think we care about. Huh. Huh, huh, huh. I think we do it now, maybe? So we have a chance to? What are we doing here? Are we gonna run everything into Fury? I think we are. And not play around it. I think we take the trade here. Why would they attack? Unless they dead gone me. I don't think I block. Like, why? It doesn't make any sense to attack there. Sure. All right, we got it. Mm, Forces of Vigor, Natural Order, Fiend Artisan, Land. Oops. I sacked the wrong creature. I screwed that up. That's my mistake. I'll just pass here, I guess. I should have been able to cast the artist. I'm getting a little sloppy. I thought Huff was still in the deck. Yeah, I don't think it matters. Yeah, Invigorate's insane. Like that game looks different because of Invigorate, right? Like we just ran everything out. Like they can't kill. We're not gonna block. We're gonna dare our opponent. Like if you don't fear it right now, given that you already expended your hand, then you just lose, right? All right. So we went 3-2. I don't. I think the Echoing Deeps was fine. It could be whatever, to be honest. Like it definitely won the match against Reanimator, right? We did it twice against our opponent. So that in itself, I think, makes it so it's worth testing again. Also, bringing back a Dryad Arbor was like relevant. We haven't got to play against Wastelands deck yet to bring back Gaia's Cradle, but I'm sure that will be relevant at some point. We lost to this, which is like aggravating, but how did we lose game one? We're on the play, turn on Hierarch. They take our endurance, so we don't have a clock. We play everything out. They. All right, this is might be where we lost. Hmm. So I'm watching this again in real time. I think maybe we're supposed to just like bait out the agent. We're ahead on board, so maybe the idea is oops, like we don't need to tap out when we're ahead on board. Maybe that's the lesson learned. I know we won this game. Let me backtrack. Right, like we allowed our opponent to tap our result. Let's watch this again. Sorry. I don't think there was anything we could have done about the first. All right, that is fine. We could just pass, and if we pass, they probably target the Hierarch with the. They either play the agent in case then we'll respond, but if they don't, then they probably target the Hierarch with the Bowmasters. What I should not have done though was attack because the Artisan gets big and well, yeah, the Artisan is another creature to the board, and we don't want to trade. But I guess they can just kill the Hierarch anyways. But if they do that, then this becomes a 3/3. And now that they've committed, we might as well tap. I think that's probably correct. So they tap out for grief. Take our hoof. I think given that we have no pressure now, we probably should tap out for lair. So that's probably right. And then they did ritual to that. Like the fact that they ritual tells me that they have something else, right? Otherwise they can cast Seer regardless. So they either have another. Interesting, yeah. Or bowmasters that they don't want to kill any of this stuff, but that doesn't make any sense. Maybe they just happen to have like exactly what they needed at all times. I think the awkward part was we didn't have the artisan anymore. I think that was part of the misplay, like attacking with artisan. Otherwise, they can't kill the artisan, and they have to tap out, and eventually we get the Atraxa. I think that's the mistake. Right now, this is 4, 7, 8 mana. Like we can just get the artisan at some point. That's on me. Got sloppy. I usually don't attack into like open mana and just assume bowmasters do. I just like assume that they didn't have it for some reason. So that's on me. The other one, I don't think there was anything we could have done with this match here. Like our opponent drew well, and it is what it is. Should we play more? I guess we can maybe play a few more games. I guess. I don't think anything was like particularly glaring. The Leyline Sanctity won us a game. We can try it again. Excuse me. We didn't give ourselves margin for error with that misplay in the first game. I don't know how many opposition agents our opponent has. I'm assuming those decks just always have 4. We're gonna fetch first. What do we do? Oh, that's right. I think just take the most powerful card in the deck. I need to turn off the heater. Sorry. Wasteland, sure. Sure. Actually, let's do it this way. In case for some reason they have permission. I think we're playing against lands, but I could be wrong. If our opponent taps out here, we have at least an Atraxa, maybe more, depending how it plays out here. Sure. Looks like they're on lands. We got that confirmation. If they put a loam, okay. We're probably gonna just hard cast the endurance. If they tap out here for a loam, they might just try to tabernacle us. Some people like to do that. I don't think it's works against somebody who knows the matchup, but it's worth a shot. Interesting. I mean, we're not gonna do anything if they hold up Wasteland here. This is an interesting crop rotation there. I might have waited until I like tapped out. And, okay. I think maybe our opponent doesn't know the line. Yeah, I think our opponent doesn't know the line. Unless they have a second one. If they really want to. That's a lot of resources. Just to shut off our Wasteland. I mean, our Gaia's Cradle. Like, they just spent 4 cards right now. I think we've already won. Our opponent's too far behind. We have 5 mana. I think we do that. There's an argument to be made. I think we just want to do this and just ramp. There's an argument to be made that we get the Arbor and the Endurance. But I think I'd rather have the Arbor. In case it like matters down the road. Might be a loam here. If it is, the game is over. Yeah, alright. So maybe the other line was better. I get to turn the Arbor into another creature. With the Reclaimer. The only thing about that though is like, yeah, that probably might have been better because I can still do it at instant speed. I don't think it matters. Sure. The difference here is instead of a force in play, I would have a shepherd in play, which would generate. Well, it's like I guess it's close to the same. Well, now it's just definitive. The cool line would have been, if we needed more damage, is to Reclaimer for a Echoing Depths for Arbor and then pitch. But we didn't need it. But that's like a line that can come up, I guess. If we needed more damage for whatever reason. So, Echoing Depths, win more here, but option. This matchup used to be like, in my opinion, the worst matchup for Elves/Cradle. I think it's like not that bad anymore. I think if I were to guess, I think we're favored now. Don't tell the land splitters I said that, but they're gonna be up in arms. Post is like weird. Like that matchup, if you want to flip it, you just have to play an opposition agent, and then like they can't really beat you. But then if you don't have it, then it can be hard. Like if it's in your meta and you play against a lot of green decks, I think like agent is like reasonable. I find that's a little bit slow. Yeah, this is a ball. I don't think Artisan does anything right now. Artisan's very mana intensive, and we don't have a Cradle, so it's gonna be a while before the card matters. It's like secretly not that great in this matchup. Well, I don't even know what this card does. Sure. Like Artisan is good, but like in this matchup, your mana's always tied up. So okay, so they name the Reclaimer. It's hard to win this matchup without Cradle. I think we just do that. I think we do it now. Probably. Well, that's probably fine. I was gonna say maybe we pitch the Igno one because we need Hardcastle Atraxa, but I think that's like pretty niche. here. Sure. I think we're getting a reclaimer. That's not bad either. They fluster here. I think we live with it, right? Like that means they're not flustering the natural order. Actually the most important creature in this matchup is Reclaimer by a mile. Because it gets Cradle. Like everything is, you can't really win this matchup without Cradle. You can, but it's like a corner case. Like something crazy would have to happen. Maybe they swords the Reclaimer here. That's what it sounds like it's coming. Especially since we went out of our way to force a Vigor their Pithing Needle. It's either a combo piece or... Yeah, that's the other thing I thought it could be. So we gotta get underneath the cage that they may or may not have. So the line here is probably attack with Reclaimer and then maybe pitch. Okay, we can't even. Well, I gotta read this now. I don't know what it does. Okay, that changes things. We lose to a maze here. We're most certainly going to natural order. It's just like in what capacity here. Okay, so this is not even relevant yet. They can make a 1/1. I don't think the extra damage here is worth like something strange happening. Probably not. Obviously, yeah, okay. We're gonna get a Traxa here and then see what's going on. Unless it's lethal, I don't go for it. Usually. Because you just lose to a maze. What is going okay. Don't surgical that, right? Like, I don't know what. People board in surgical against me, it's usually just you're down a card for no reason. Maybe they're trying to, like, surgical my cradles, which is, like, annoying, but I can play around that. If I, like, think you may do it. Interesting here. I had the Caracas. That seems like that's the get, and then uh, that the endurance probably in case something goes wrong. I think we bash. Oh, okay. Never mind. For a second, I thought I screwed up. So question here is like, are we playing? Are we playing around surgical? Or are we playing around? Actually, we just play this. It's fine. If they want to waste me, they can waste me. That's a lot. It's mana intensive. Sure. Might get a. I don't know. Like, what's the expedition map to try to bounce my Atraxa? It's entirely possible. Could get a cage too. Alright, they got a cage. The funny thing is, we're like not that far off casting Atraxa again. Okay, they're gonna eat the Atraxa, I guess. Sure. Interesting. Why would they do that? I don't understand. Like, what is going on? I guess in case I draw something relevant, right? But I mean, I don't know. Guess I'll play this and just pass. Oh, I just realized I can do something really cool. I don't get to do that. I don't think I've ever done this before, but it's gonna come up. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna get to do something I have not done yet. That is gonna come up now. This is actually kind of sick. I think I just want to fetch. I'm gonna hard cast Atraxa again after bouncing with Karakas. Yeah, I didn't get to do it. My opponent denied me the gratification, but this is the first time I've gotten to do this. As crazy as that sounds, because I played Atraxa a good amount over the past year, and the stars have never aligned for me to do this before. Because it would have to be a matchup where I board in Caracas first of all, and I don't even play it like a lot of times. So, all right, I'm gonna use the restroom. Yeah, I can stop. What? It's ready still though. Alright, probably this last match here. I got like IRL stuff to take care of. I don't want to get the death stare from my wife. All right. Hopefully we can end strong here. Our opponent looks like they're playing for the 5-0. I'll keep. We are on the play. That's good. Bunch of mana in our hand. I think we lost 2 games so far out of 6, 2 matches, and one was probably on me for just getting sloppy, assuming our opponent never had it. Just all the hierarchs, I guess. I think we are going to spam the board next turn. Ugh, okay. That would be reason to fetch first. I wanted to save in case we draw more fetch lands. Ugh, that's annoying. Guess it doesn't matter too much. Like, we only have 1 drops anyway, so I guess it did really matter. Sure. Interesting line here. I can play a creature that's probably to my advantage. And then just play this. Let's do that. Actually, let's sequence correctly, in case they Solitude for some reason here. This is actually kind of cool. You'll see why. I'm gonna get a Cradle and then upkeep fetch for Arbor. It still nets mana with a Cradle, and I essentially deck thin and get the Arbor out of my deck so I don't draw accidentally. Chalice they bend. Sure. Let's see if they attack. They do. We can't punish this yet, but maybe. I think they're gonna play a Seasoned Dungeoneer, is my guess. It could be Caves, but that makes sense. I don't even know if they play Caves anymore. I haven't seen it in forever. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. Ooh, that's not bad. Um, We can take the initiative here for a bunch. Maybe we should do that. Else can we take? We can get a lair, but they can like start chump blocking. Oh, I just realized I can only play one at a time. That's annoying. Interesting. Do I get a City of Traders? I don't think so. I think I just get a fetch. Ugh, okay. Oh! Oh my god, I clicked through it. Oh my god, that was bad. I I have these lapses when trying to multitask and that was bad. I'm gonna be mad at myself if that ends up mattering. Oh, I'm missing damage. What am I? God, terrible. With this blocks. I don't know if I would have made that play, but who am I to? They have an extra attacker now because I effed up. Big punishment. They got an extra 2 mana because of this. It's the full blowout here if they have removal. Wow. Okay. Uh, my sins were not punished. I deserve to lose with my display, but I got bailed out by the deck. The Echoing Deep's actually there, kind of relevant. Better than a Wasteland would have been. All right, these endurances can come out. How do I board here? I think I like the Invigorates, help with combat. I don't think I want Echoing Deeps. I'm gonna dare them to keep in Chalice. Invigorate and Snuff. It says bring in the Force of Vigor. Maybe that's too loose. It hits Chromog and it hits Fable, but that's about it. Endurance, the first one is like kind of important because it stops their Archon from attacking. Maybe I want one just in case. Maybe this is just too like niche. An extra Cradle doesn't sound that bad either. So maybe I'm gonna try this. Nope. Although if I don't board in Shepherd, maybe I have to keep in Force. Just something to mull. Pun intended. Keep. I think we can bend the Invigorate here. Do we got 2 Snuff Outs already? Alright, and they do have the Chalice. I stand corrected. It's interesting that they kept the Chalice. I don't think it's very good against me, but maybe they don't know. Because it shuts off their own swords. Sure. Oh my god, why? That could have been a Chalice, or, I mean, that could have been a Force of Vigor. Sure. I think we have to kill this now. They have like 1,000,000 mana anyways. Couldn't put this on the stack. Oh, I see. That helps. I think we can play our Fiend Artisan now. problem. I think we have to do it now. In case we draw another stuff out. So the funny thing here is like we can actually block the goblin if we just run our stuff into the chalice. Like maybe that's correct. Oh, okay, that's not good. Ugh. This chalice got us. Maybe, yeah, maybe we'd have to keep in the force. This is like defense. That's why hits Fable for its worth. Good lesson learned, I guess. Alright, now we don't have an out, I think. I think we're just dead to this attacking. Yeah, okay. We're gonna look at how we board it here. I think we can definitely take the crop out. Endurance, I think I'd like. There's a chance that we just board this out. It's kind of slow in this matchup. There's a chance we board out the endurance too. But I feel like an emergency blocker for the Archon. That's like one way we can potentially lose. I think it's probably like that. Excuse me. Ooh. Why? What the heck is going on? I think we're gonna lose now. I don't think we can keep this. Like, they have a removal spell. We just lose the game. I think. We put the hoof back here. Like, is the line just get natural order and just like hope? Like, there's no lands. Okay. At least our opponent is mulling as well. And then keep, and then we put that in the invigorate, and then we have to put one more back. Probably that. I hope we draw. I hope we top deck well. We're gonna try to bait. If our opponent runs Magus, we're trying to bait our opponent into it. Ugh, I cannot believe how much we mulligan right now, though. That was. It's bound to happen like once a league or once 2 leagues, but that was pretty brutal. I think here we're just trying to top deck natural order, win on low resources. That's not the worst. My impression is they have a containment priest. which we will be ready for. That's for 4. They may flash it in. They haven't done anything. It's gotta be Priest, right? Nope. Okay. Jesus, okay. I didn't even think they were playing Fury, but that is kind of insane. Okay. At least they pitched a card. It's like even. Feels bad though, but what can you do? Most lists don't even run Fury, so this is like not normal. I guess it's probably the best. Not standard. We're just gonna hope this endurance goes the distance, I guess. We have a snuff out, and they don't have any pressure, so who knows? Snuff out doesn't line up particularly well against their Fable though. Like, there's just too much value divided across multiple things. But it's good against like the other stuff that they may have. Maybe they don't even have like Caves of the Chaos Avenger anymore. I don't know. Or they boarded it out. That's like reasonable too. Looks like they're stuck on lands. I think here we get an Artisan. It's a 3/3 now. They Fury. It's still a 2 for 2. Not to mention, it increases our clock significantly. Like cutting off potentially Ancient Tomb mana. So I think the line here is. So this is, if I do that, I save the Artisan. I think it's probably worth it. Put that on 1. Obviously, they could still have a. They still could have a Solitude or something, but. Okay, sure. They're like spending all the resources. I think that's. We just live with it, right? Sure. There are 2 cards now. Do I just play this out? Is there a reason? Archon of Amir would be a reason. I think we just play it out. In case it matters. Alright, 2 mana is off. They're gonna have to start chump blocking soon. I know, right? That's kind of unbelievable. If my opponent just said GG, well played. Yeah, mode of 4 going all the way. None of those hands were keepable too, but and my it's not like I cheesed the win with like natural order or something. I just my opponent, to be fair, looked like they were just stuck on lands and just like never had any pressure. They like probably kept a Fury hand thinking that they were gonna blow us out, and it just never happened, right? Like we had the endurance, which generally bad, but like lined up well against what they had there. Generally bad, but like lined up well. And obviously the snuff out drawing out the solitude was pretty clutch there too. We were able to just like nickel and dime them. It's already 11:08. I think I'm just gonna call it night. We went overall 5-2, and one of the two was my fault. Uh, we got any changes going forward? Uh, I don't love Leyline, but it did win us a game against the mono black deck. The depths matchup, like it was a little bit awkward to see. One, two, three, like Collector was not particularly good against them. I think most of them have like 3 MOs. It's really like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards that are kind of bad. Maybe 6 if you live with Collective. Endurance I don't even love, really. Actually, that goes back to somebody's point earlier about like chaining endurance. That was not even a line, I realized, because we only have one left in the deck, right? Like, I think that was game 2, but I could be wrong. I don't remember when it was. Let me see. Okay, it looks like that was the game 2. So yeah, that was not even a line. We have one, two, three, four, five, 6 good cards against them. I don't really love any of the other stuff. Possible. Man, one, two, 6 bad cards. Maybe 7 with the collective. It's like just barely passable. It's not great. Like, arguments we made, we could be better off with like Thoughtseize coming in. And just like not worrying about collective. So one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. And even arguments we made, the endurance is like not particularly great. We're not trying to live another turn, so to speak, right? That's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. We could bring in 4 snuff outs, 2 Thoughtseize, 1 crop rotation, 1 Karage, something like that. Okay. Anybody have any questions for me? I think the Echoing Deeps was fine. I think obviously it started off right away. It won the Reanimator matchup for us. After that, it was like okay. It was like never felt like super bad or anything. All right. If there are no other questions, let's see what we're gonna raid here. This young PZ420 is doing the modern challenge, so I'll go ahead and raid them. Here's my socials again, for anybody's curious, and then feel free to like follow me, subscribe, like and subscribe, right? And then that's it. Thank you for hanging out. Here's my list today. I don't think I would make any changes for the most part. It felt like pretty good. The invigorates like were pretty like I think won a few games or not.